Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is beginning of June. It is 90 degrees, which means obviously we have to strap on our bee suit, gloves from head to toe, and go into these hives in the middle of the day. All that to say, they are looking fantastic. I believe we're going to need a honey super on top of our nuke box here. In other news, I got some new gloves, so they shouldn't be stinging through my hands anymore. Get you all set up here, taking a look at this hive, and we'll get right into it. Before we get too far, if you don't mind, smash that like button for me. And the bees, it really helps them out. I know they appreciate it whenever they know they're liked. It's a lot of effort to tuck these girls in every night. It really helps knowing that you all like the content and the videos that go along with it. So, if you don't mind, smash that like button for me. Okay, I'll pull a few of these frames just to see what our options are. See what they really need. These gloves are a little bigger. Well, most of these are filled with honey, and these are not all the way drawn out. It looks like they've most of the way drawn the comb on this entire box. I'm looking at a fantastic frame of, I don't know what, if it's just honey or what's in here. It's looking pretty good though. That looks like it's chocked full of a little bit of brood and all honey in here. A little bit of brood on this one. Well, other news. It's time for a queen excluder and another box. I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is exciting times. This is the first time this year I will be adding a honey super with the intention that maybe I'll get some honey from this. First things first, gotta keep her from laying up there. In here we've got a mixture of natural wax like this and some plastic foundation frames. We'll see which one they like better. But with that, the additional space, I believe, space these out a little bit and then close them back up and call it good. Again, I believe I'm going to leave a stick up here for as a spacer, just to allow them to get a little more airflow in. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We've simply just added another box to the top here, and they'll fill it up as they go, and that's our nuke box doing really well. I am going to take a second and we're going to check on the Italians here and see if we can block some of the sun so you can see there's not much activity. We've got the Russians and the nuke box have massive amounts of activity, but this Italian hive is not doing as well as I thought. I am unsure as if it's the queen or what's going on, but I'm going to see what's going on in this hive, because they seem to empty the sugar feeders, but I don't see them getting much of their own resource. You see how full they are. I'm really not seeing a whole lot of, pull you over here. This is not looking as good as I had hoped. I mean, there's still comb in between here, and it looks like they've got some building out this way and maybe to the end at this one here. They might be out that far, but over on the close end, there's really nothing going on here. Well, let me take a look at this far side and just see how much they've done. I mean, there's really nothing on that end one, but that's just about what I expected. Now this looks like it's okay. On the frames, they do have comb. I mean, this looks pretty well packed with honey and pollen. So without disturbing them too much more than I already have, I think I'm going to close them back up. I will refill their feeder, which they've completely drained, and I will leave them to it to continue going as they have been. I'm not too happy with the Italians this year. This is not the most productive hive I've got. The nuke box seems to be doing far better. But let's check our Russian hive. Well, the Russians have taken down all the sugar syrup we gave them, which kind of what I expected. But I haven't seen a whole lot more action up here. Kind of expected to see a few more of these frames filled, and I'm not. I mean, there's very little growth in this, which is right next to the frame I brought up. Yeah, I mean, there's pretty much no change on here. What I might do for these guys, it's something that I considered doing before, is I brought one of the lower frames up top, and that one seems to be being used pretty fully. So I might go into this lower box and see what's in there. See about doing that again. I mean, this lower box is just about packed full. I'm looking at it. Yeah, I mean, there's brood out to the edge on here. We've got comb pretty much everywhere. But, you know, I'm not seeing them move up into that top box. Alright. Here's the plan. We're going to take one of our empty frames from this top box, insert it into the center of this lower box, and I'm going to bring one of these center frames up into the top box and just see if we can't promote some growth. Carefully. And that's a good frame. This one doesn't have a whole lot of brood on it. And actually, this is one of the frames that I had in the top before, and they've completely drawn comb all the way out on it. This side's mostly all brood. So I'll drop that in here, this top box. Take one of the empty frames, put it in here, so you've got something to work on. And this should stimulate the movement up. If I had had the foresight, or if I had thought about it, I would have moved 2 frames up initially and seen if that had started drawing quicker. But now we have 2 frames from the lower box up in this upper box. Hopefully that will begin their cycle. They can start moving more up into this top box here, and hopefully that'll just kind of get the whole process started. So I'm going to go ahead and refill their feeder here, and then I'll refill the Italian feeder as well. But pretty much we're going to close these hives up and call it a day. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, Lots of activity from the nuke box hive, some activity from the Russian, and almost no activity from the Italians. They still haven't grown to that entire 10-frame box. The Russians have pretty much taken over the entire lower half. They haven't done a whole lot in the upper frame, which is okay, but really would like to get them up there. So I brought another frame up to hopefully promote movement within the hive to get them circulating. The nuke box is just crushing it. I put another box on top of there. That's already a honey super with a queen excluder. So we might get some honey from these guys this year. I'm not sure. We're getting awfully late into the season when the pollen and stuff is coming into these hives, but I mean, as you can see, they're still working now, even as it's the middle of the day and heat's coming in. So that's all I've got for today. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe or consider subscribing if you'd like to see more material just like this. And I'll keep you all updated on the challenge between the nuke box, Russian and Italian bees. Stay with me and have a great day.